Okay, good evening to you all. Today is our day 9 of this 3-month data analytics bootcamp. Like I said, this bootcamp will last for about 3 months, and today is our day 9. Like always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for that day. So today, like always, we'll have a recap on what we did yesterday. That is the 8th, and also we are going to talk about if function today. Then after that, we'll have question and answer, then conclusion, and we call it a day. So if you can call yesterday, we treated rank function, minimum, and also maximum uh, functions. That's what we treated yesterday. I show you how to use the rank, which it takes about 3 parameters inside it. One is the specific values, followed by the range of the values, and then it takes the order in which we want it to be. So it can be in descending or it can be in ascending order. And then we look at the minimum function and also maximum function. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about if function in Excel. And this function of if is one of the greatest function uh, that Microsoft Excel has, and is also one of the most commonly used function. So you need to understand this function because it's a conditional function that takes a lot of things in it, and you can do a lot of things using it. So like I said, if function is a conditional formula which takes a particular criteria or condition that return different result if that condition is qualified or that conditions are qualified, because it can take one, two or more conditions in it with different result based on the condition. So for now we are going to treat the if function, trying to understand how it is. By default, that is in the general term, the formula takes only 3 parameters in it. That was the formula takes. It takes 3 parameters in it or inside it. One, it takes a criteria, that is a condition that you want to provide to that formula. So that condition can take a lot of different comparison operators that we know, the greater sign, the less than sign. It can be less than or greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, and also equals to. These are the 5 comparison operators that it takes in it. So to create that condition, you have to use these comparison operators to do that. And doing so will allow you to give the formula this condition or to create a condition in the formula. That's the first parameter. Then you put comma and you provide a result. If that condition is true, if your condition is qualified and is true, you want to see a particular result. You want to see a particular result. That's the second thing in the formula. Third, if the condition is false, that's this. That's your third parameter. If the condition is false, you want to see something else again. That's what we call if false. So we have if the condition is true, you see a result, and we also have if the condition is false, you will see a particular another result. So you need true result. If the condition is true, you want a result, and if it is false, you also need a result. So by default and in general terms, this is what this if function is all about. So let's go and do the practical of this, and we'll see it in uh, maybe with examples you understand more about that. So, like I said before we start, I'll explain the formula once again. Like I told you, it's a conditional formula that takes a condition or a criteria and then it returns a value if that criteria is true, or return a value, another value if the criteria is uh, false. Okay, so now we are going to use okay, I think it's better we use our data here. It's better we use our data. I'll just say status. So we are going to use our data now to apply this if based on the salary of people that we have here. So I told you we are going to use operators in the condition or in the criteria that has to do with greater than, or number one is equal sign. We can use equal sign, we can use greater than, we can use less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to. These are the five that we are going to use or you're supposed to use in creating your criteria. So let me just say what we need to do now is that if the salary is above 70,000, if the salary is above 70,000, or let's say if the salary is greater than or equals to 70,000, let me just say it like this. We want to have above, what do we call it, minimum wage. That's what we want to see. If the salary is less than 70,000, that is, now we are going to create one condition because I told you, either when you create the condition, you need to have either value if the condition is true or you have a value if the condition is false. So when we say if the salary is greater than or equals to 70,000, we want to see above minimum wage. Otherwise, we want to see below minimum wage. That's what we want if the condition is false. So once we see below minimum wage, definitely is not greater than or equals to 70,000. So that's what we want to create. Okay. So maybe I can write it here. We say greater than or equals to 70,000. What we want to see if it is true. So for true, we want to see above minimum wage. For the false, we want to see below minimum wage. So this is it. This is what we want to create. So let me come here and write the function here. So first of all, we are going to say equals to, then we write the name of the function, which is if, then we open our bracket. So the first thing is to create the condition. What do we say by the condition? The criteria we want to create, we say that if the salary is greater than or equals to 70,000. So I'm going to say if, where is the salary? This is the salary, which is this 50,000. I'll click on it. If this salary of 50,000 is greater than or equals to 70,000, so I'm going to write this 70,000. Then I put comma. I'm done with the criteria because this is the condition. This is what I want. This condition is what I want. I'm done with it now. So if it is F3, whatever is in this F3, which is the salary of this particular person, if this salary is greater than or equal to 70,000, what we want to see in return, we want to see above minimum wage. So we need to, let me explain this. In Excel, throughout Excel, not only Excel, in all programming language, whenever you want to write a string value or string data type, qualitative data type, you put it inside double quote. In as much as when you are writing a function or a quotes, you put it inside double quote. Some programming languages you use single quote, while some you use double quote. So here you use double quote. So you need to put anything that is qualitative, you put it in double quote. So if, for example, this 70,000 is not a numeric data, maybe it's a male or female that we want to use, then we need to put it inside double quote. So now, since we want to write above minimum wage, we need to put it inside double quote. So we need to create a quote and put above minimum wage, then I close my quote, then I put comma. This value above minimum wage will only appear if this condition that we created is what is true. So that's what it did for us. The last thing is to put the value if the condition is false, which is below minimum wage. And I told you we need to also put it inside double quote. So we say below minimum wage and we put another double quote to close it. Then we close our bracket. So whenever you create this, you are done with your if condition. As a general if formula, whenever you did this, you are done with the function. So the only thing you need to do is to press enter, then it will give you the answer. So let me just press enter. Sorry. So when you press enter, you see it shows below minimum wage. That's what it shows, below minimum wage. Let's just drag it down, or let me double click. So you see we have below minimum wage, below minimum wage, below minimum wage, when we have one above minimum wage because it's 80,000. We have another above minimum wage because it's 100,000. Then we have below, 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 and another above because it's 100, another above because it's minimum. If I come here and change the salary, maybe if I put something to 1,000, it will definitely give us above minimum wage. If I put 70, it will still give us above minimum wage. If I put 69,999, it will still give us below minimum wage because it's not equals to or greater than 70,000. So this is how you create this conditional formula in Microsoft Excel. So this is number one example that I will give you. So the second thing that maybe let me give you this example again is for us to, let me turn the cell to general also, is for us to convert this male and female gender into one and two. So what I'm going to say is maybe I will say if this particular cell of gender is equals to male, I want it to be one. Otherwise, I want it to be two. So whenever we see we have one, definitely is a male. If it is not one, so it's anything other than male, maybe it's female since we only have males and females here. So let's create that so that I will show you another example. It will help you a lot. So now if I say E3 is equals to, so let me explain this to you. Whenever you are taking the condition using qualitative data doesn't have greater than or equal sign. It doesn't have that. Because now a male and female, there's no way you can use greater than or equals to male. So it must be equals to male. It must be equals to male or equals to female. So so you see now, since it is male that we want to use, so we don't need to use any greater than or less than. It must be equal sign because we need the exact name that we want to apply here. So we are going to say if it is equal sign, then I put double quote and write male. Why do we put the double quote? Is because the value we want as the condition in it is a qualitative value. And I told you all qualitative values must be in double quote. Comma, if it is male, what do we want it to be? We want it to be one. So this one, we don't need to put this one inside double quote. Unless maybe, yeah, we want this one to stand as not a numeric data. Maybe we want it to be a numerical value that is qualitative. Maybe we want the one to be inside double quote. But now, for the purpose of this example, I don't want that one to be inside that. I want it to be just one like that. Comma, if it is not one, that is the condition is not male. Anything other than male, we want it to be true. Then I close my bracket and I will press enter. So when we press enter, it gives us two because it's not a male. The way we put male is not male. Let me put on it to male. You see, definitely it becomes a one. If I put female, it becomes two. So that's what we have here. So now what all I need to is to drag down. So when you drag down now, you see we have 2 1 0 2 2. We have 2 1 2 2 1. That is male, female, male, female, male, female, like that. So if I turn this to female, it will definitely come back to 2. This one also 2. So like this is how it's going to look like. So this is how you apply this function whenever a data is given to you, whenever something is given to you. This is how you create this uh condition that you have a data related to that. So there are many things that maybe we can work with. There are many formula that you can create, even scientific formula and a lot of things you can create that. There are lots of that you can create, which uh yeah, there are lots of formula, even in lab, those that works in laboratory and maybe microbiologists and all this. There are lots of formula you can create within this function, which I believe maybe tomorrow we'll talk more about that in that. But I wanted to even show you how you can calculate maybe what can I say? How you can calculate the severity of what do they call it? This uh classification of parasite density, how you can calculate the severity of that. When you have less than 1,000 parasite density, it will be low parasitemia and all that. There is issue of that malaria test that people are conducting with this. You can create that function with this and you can get a different result in that. I have data on that. Maybe tomorrow we'll look at the data. Then you'll learn how to create that function in it. Yeah, I don't want to confuse you more. This is the simplest that we can, apply. I think this is what we are going to do. Maybe tomorrow when we are to talk more about the if function, then we'll look at a lot of different things that maybe you learn and you learn how to develop such particular uh, things. So I don't know, related to your assignment, I don't know if you have submitted all your assignment. I don't know. Maybe you have submitted all your assignment. You should have. You should have submitted all your assignment by now because like I told you, this is the first set of that we have done that the assignment has to be submitted on day 8 or something like that. You're supposed to submit your assignment on that day 7. Okay, this is it. Please, I think if you have any question, please, you are going to just ask your question. And yeah, I'm not going to like yes, we are not going to remove some of you who submit. Even if you did not submit your assignment, we're not going to remove anybody. But believe me, you score 0 and you lose 5 marks already, which you have 15 to go, because I told you if you did not score 80%, definitely you are going to you're not going to get any certificate, of course. That's it. So that's all what is going to happen. So all of you that did not submit, even if you submit after 6 p.m. today, even 601 is going to be 0 automatic. So that's how it's going to be. And this assignment, all this week is are the most simplest assignment. So you're supposed to. So I think this is the simplest one. This all this week, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4. And the most simplest. That's where you need to get 5 marks. The rest of the weeks is just going to be 1.5, 2.5, 0.2, like that. That's how it's going to be. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about that. You score 0, we continue, we move. That's the only thing. Even if you have problem with your laptop and the rest, you score 0 and then you wait for the week 2 assignment. That's all what I can say. So please, any excuse that you have is just automatic 0. So you just watch out for your week 2 assignment. Yeah. So if you have a question, please go ahead and ask your question. If you don't, I think this is where we are going to draw the curtain and call it a day. Then we meet tomorrow. Okay. Uh, yeah, that's what I would say. Please go ahead and have discussion, maybe by yourself to solve it. I could have done it for you, but I will not. Since you refused to submit your assignment on the date that we asked you to, and the assignment was extended, that way I'm not going to do that. But previous boot scam, we used to solve the assignment for them to see where they made mistake and the rest. But seriously, we don't have time to solve yours. We're already on day 9. So please find a way to do that. Or if maybe Ahmad is he's kind of occupied and is busy. So maybe if he is back, when he is back, it will be maybe around at the end of the month. So by then we have gone far. We'll not have time to come back and start uh to solve that. Okay, so I think I wish you all the best. There is no any question in the absence of that. I think we are going to call it a day, and I wish you all the best. So see you tomorrow, and we continue from where we stop. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful dream. Bye bye.